Foul called on Sorrell Smith Jr. 4-point lead for LSU. Mays watched by Wiggins. Trying to set it up in the post for Williams. Kick. Taylor wasn't looking to shoot it. 7 on the timer. Smart the ball fake. He put it off the window.
Aren't ready to retreat because they weren't expecting that shot to get blocked. I wasn't either. It was a terrific play to cut it off.
LSU leads by 4. We approach 11 minutes to go in this first half. Smart over Lindo. Yes, it's a 3.
Yeah, peeking right. Nothing really happening. Little post action. He loses it down deep.
Cough up by Fernando. Smart crosses over, scoops it in.
Well defended by Bigby Williams, went straight up, allowed to do that, no contact, but the follow-up on the offensive glass, impressive for Maryland.
Forcing the action, bank shot is good, Javante.
Keep in mind again, they will take quick shots, and that might have been a little too quick in the set.
Oni missed it, cleared by Bigby Williams, and Javante Smart, who Jamie just mentioned, is in there, and he hits the floater. Controls.
Here he is, 3-point shooter.
Swain missed it from the outside. That was a 3-on-4 for Yale. 2 Yale players were down in the backcourt, and that's 12 straight misses now from 3-point territory for the Bulldogs.
It's really today's game, isn't it? You have an open 3, you don't have the numbers, especially with a good shooter.
It's like a decade-long green light. Smart floater rims in.
This is a tough spot to get this ball in bounds. They got to be careful with this.
The junior from Northridge, California, coughs it up. Jimmy, you called it.
Well, that's just the corner is just you can't do anything with it. Look at this.
Smart, untouched, going to the rim. 62, 1:01 on the clock. They get it in cleanly to Waters.
Yeah, they want to play aggressively, close to the point where they may have to start fouling. But now if this is situation, 3-on-2 here. Smart, yep, middle of the floor.
Hits the floater.
That goes back iron and down. Smart trying to push the tempo for LSU. Drives into the paint and an easy layup, and that's what Javante Smart did. When throat thing for LSU is when you watch them, you wonder how come they're not pulling away from teams more. And maybe this is one of those games they do that. Smart gets it, and he's going next gear every time down. Boy, I really would. I don't think we're as good as that other team right now.
But as opposed to, I think Mike White knows this could also be a 20-point deficit we're facing.
Sure.
And it's only 8, you know?
Look, they've played themselves into overtime games twice, these two teams. Smart finger roll.
Yeah, he's... The alley-oop dunk changed the game. I said it's worth more than 2 points, and man, look at this. A 1-point ball game. A lot of juice Florida got out of that special play by Mike White.
Javante Smart, step back 3 to quiet it down a little bit.
One team you want for next year, I'm going to go with this team right here. I'll take Nembhard, I'll take Locke, I'll take Keontae Johnson. All 3 freshmen that are outstanding players.
Smart gets it to go.
Yeah, if he was on
fire, that's right on the mark, and what a start for the Gators.
That's textbook. 2 on the shot clock. Obviously, Cavante much more comfortable on the perimeter than Naz Reid, who was defending him. Welcome sight, knocking it in.
Wonder when they'll start trying to get the ball down low. They have a big height advantage. They've settled for a couple of threes. That time, Javante Smart drives. So they bring Waters in. Smart stays on the floor. Skylar Mays goes out. One thing Waters does, he's the depth on defense. There's the first steal. And right away, the drive, the Euro step. And Bigby Williams will kick it back out.
You notice what Florida did. As soon as Waters got in the game, they tried to post Nembhard. Waters
didn't really contest.
We saw him do that with Naz Reid early in the game. There's a kid that was recruited as a big wing. Mike's having to play him at the power forward based on their situation with limited size.
Flash down for Javante. Now maybe the second half.
Back to Mike White's point. Play off 2 feet. Play off 2 feet allows you to pivot through that double. Good strong move by Jalen Hudson. Back-to-back strong takes. you see right there, Noah Locke doubled Nas Reed off the catch, get it out of his hands. Good ball movement there by LSU.
Smart after the 3. They break the press. Locke looked like he slipped his sneakers, and that may have contributed to him missing the shot. They got a chance to tie it as Waters drives the lane and kicks. And we're tied. Javonte Smart. Their 7th overtime game, and Waters hustles to the ball. How about Tremont Waters? I mean, that's the brain there of a guy that loves the ball in his hands. He turned it over, and then he comes back and ties the game up with no time left.
Hey, sidebar, Tremont Waters, 4 fouls. Cavell Bigby Williams, 4 fouls. Interesting to see how aggressive they can be in this last 5 minutes of basketball.
Did you go sidebar on us?
A little sidebar.
Sidebar. Javonte Smart gets it to go in the lane.
In this game, but being dialed in and maximum effort. If you're Alabama, you've got a ranked team on your floor. You're battling for your SEC seed. You're battling for an NCAA berth. Find one thing to play for today if you're Alabama and compete your butt off.
This is a young but talented LSU team. Javonte Smart, the fill-in point guard. They're scoring 8 more points a game at home versus road. Smart, no. And another offensive board for LSU.
That was total lack of effort by John Petty. And someone's coming out. Avery Johnson's had enough bursting the effort and the body language maybe of Dazon Ingram. Riley Norris gets the opportunity.
Skylar Mays now running the point. Started at point guard most of the season last year for LSU. Sharing the backcourt with Tremont Waters.
I think Nas Reed will try to drive Riley Norris anytime he gets that match.
Smart contested 3.
Wow.
Over the top of Norris with him, where they tried to revive his dad.
Yep.
By the way, you also saw senior Lawson Schaefer honored before the game. Might see some minutes today, but he is so valuable to this Alabama team. He's the guy that played Tremont Waters in practice, and Tremont Waters is now in the game for LSU. 5'11" sophomore from New Haven, Connecticut. Difference maker for LSU. Smart with the bucket.
Cover for most teams.
Tremont Waters leads the SEC with 3 steals a game. And there's a steal by Javonte Smart. Numbers for the Tigers. Smart takes it himself.
Well, you cannot turn.
Not much of an impact the first matchup between these two.
No, he was not. But he's got big bodies now that are constantly banging him in this game. Dante Hall is good in space. He's not near as good a player when you get contact involved in the game.
Here's Smart. Little floater. They're paint time there somewhere.
There's a playmaker right there.
Skylar Mays at 6'4" with the rebound. LSU down 4.
Keep LSU off the offensive glass if you're Alabama. That's the most important thing in this game with 7 minutes to go.
Foul trouble is an issue for LSU bigs. Javonte Smart took over the Tennessee game second half, and he slides through.
A really good movement by Nas Reed to get available.
Early shot from the 17-year-old Kyra Lewis opens the door for LSU to reclaim the lead. Smart called a pit bull by his coach Will Wade, has it rejected. They're going to count it.
I don't know that I got to 100. I should bring you to our church league game one time. My boys would enjoy that.
We got to get a little side action before I make that trip. But if you can get the money right. A stinger, so to speak. Again, hope it's nothing serious. Every time you see A&M scoring, we hadn't seen this zone that much because they haven't been able to score very often. Anytime they can get set up, they're going to be the glass. They're A&M, the more aggressive pursuing the ball. Good tip in, cuts this thing to 10.
A&M doing this without Savion Flagg, who is on the bench watching right now.
I like the possession so much better because they got it to 9. And that's the whole design of the zone. Oh.
A couple of athletes went up there. Nebo's still on the deck. He will pop up. Numbers for LSU back the other way. Graves kicks it back out to Smart.
Good two-man basketball. Late in the clock, 1-on-1. Good defense right there by the freshman Darius Days.
Reverse layup from Joe.
They've made a lot of them, though. I mean, you make your own breaks, and LSU has certainly done that with aggressive play and doing the things that we talked about early in the show. Really good guard play as you see two of them right.
Jump shot, and that's what he let a guy to do in the point with the ball. He has three options. He go right, left, or shoot the jumper.
Step back for Smart. Knocks it down.
Wow. Pistol Pete averaged 44 points a game without the three-point shot.
Right. That's amazing.
Get an autograph copy, and if you just want to bump the no autograph, go to Amazon.com. Every dollar goes for free. They're going to find a way to score. That's a nice drive right there.
They're all trying to encourage Naz Reid, who hasn't been able to score today.
I like being positive. They're going to fall. They're going to fall. Go to the hole. There he is going to the hole. They're going to fall. The coach is a prophet.
And now Schofield, with a little bit of a limp, goes to the bench. Jordan Bowden back in with 4 fouls. Javonte Smart hits a three.
So quiet, he's passed the ball well.
He grabs the ball after the shot block, caught under the basket, and throws it right to Javonte Smart.
They got Reid, throw the ball, missed the wall, should have thrown the
A
wall.
little delay, and he uses the window to make it a 2-point.
Slide. That's the opportunity you get when you're in elite conferences, and obviously the SEC is an elite power conference. You're going to get a chance to play quality big-time games.
Rick Barnes telling his team during this last timeout not have any more turnovers.
3-point game, under 3 to go.
Now, Mr. Smart wants the rock, man. He wants the rock. He is showing his great ability coming out of high school. Where he's one of the outstanding performers ever here in Baton Rouge. Look at him ready to go. Are you kidding me? Are you ever see?
Turner off a curl. Short. Javonte Smart.
Smart, you got to be smart now with the ball.
He was.
Got to be intelligent here. Last minute, tie ball game, you're at home. Remember this, a very strong, normally offensive rebounding team, LSU. So the missed shot, they're trying to get a little 1-4 here. They want to get help.
Smart.
What a great drive. He got the end.
Finally, what was that in a row? How good's your math?
13 plus 2 is 15.
You were about to go 11.
I was going to go 11.
15, wow. Pretty good run. I like him right here. You see that Florida is going to double him in that post area, making him give up the ball. I think he's a good passer, but if you look at him statistically, he has struggled.
Worked.
I think Mike's as good as there is. I've had the opportunity to go to a lot of shoot-arounds this year as a coach, and Mike has got a plethora of out-of-bounds plays that work very well.
Good take by Javonte Smart. The speed.
Inside, Obeyde coming off the bench today.
I was watching Obeyde. After that, he sprinted up the floor, got to the block, and he did his work early. Got good position. Georgia got it to him. But it's that transition defense. Excuse me, it's that transition offense. Defensive rebound, get transition offense for some easy buckets.
Strong.
Is offensive rebound stickbacks.
It's just a prayer thrown up there by Wilrich. It almost went down.
And so you saw now you get that defensive rebound, you Georgia. Now you're running the floor like you did before.
Great stop and go by Nick Claxton with 10.
He's made some tough shots today from about that area, 15 to 17 feet turnaround.
My favorite number on Claxton, there's a lot to love. One of 4 players in all of Division I college basketball to lead his team in the major 5 categories: points, rebounds.
And Nicholas Claxton gives you that half-court offensive option too, and you see the result.
LSU making them pay on the other. That is the reason why, if you were to pick one thing, turnovers have killed Georgia. Overall, they've been pretty careful with the basketball today, but not that time.
Yeah, that's just not a good passing angle. It was a slow pass.
Smart on a 3. Home against Ole Miss.
Now we see Tremont Waters has moved over to the off-guard position. Javonte Smart running the point.
Smart. Wow. Javonte.
Mississippi State double-double against South Carolina.
Skylar Mays has it in the paint, but has nowhere to go with it.
Mays had a real good game against Auburn.
Tough shot by Javonte Smart.
Big shots. Listen to the Big Blue Nation. They're up, baby. They're up. And this is what you got to deal with when you're on the road against Kentucky. Not only the players, these fans step up big time.
Javonte Smart one-on-one. Tough take on Hero.
He works his butt off, Beth. For a 2-hour practice yesterday, he never took himself out of that practice one time. It's surprising how many times I'll watch a practice, see guys taking himself out. This guy never came off the floor. Like, he gets it.
Is that NBA pro or NFL pro? I mean, the first look
at good call by you.
First look at him.
Nothing free. Both teams playing hard, trying to be athletic. You could not dribble around this guy.
Fourth steal of the game.
Incredible. Another good pass. A little easier finish for the LSU. Also has length and activity at the basket, as you see there, coming up with another steal.
Smart all the way in, and he lays it up and lays it in. So again,
great open floor opportunities, and both teams cash in. Horns look, meaning 2 up, 2 big post players. Screen, dive, roll, replace. Most everything in today's college basketball will end up 4 around 1. We live in a spacing world.
tough shot on the baseline and counted for Javonte Smart.
Good ball movement, and Harris hits another.
The role players for Arkansas are stepping up so big. Harris, not known for his shooting, has made 2 mid-range shots now.
Arkansas, you saw, shooting 62% from the field. This is Javonte Smart. 18-point deficit. Smart. There's Days. One of the best offensive rebounders in the league, and he gives Smart a second chance. 11 points. Smart goes up with the right hand.
In the half court as well, Javonte Smart specifically.
Right on cue.
And done when your point guard's on the bench fouled out.
That's Jalen Harris. He's gone. Isaiah Joe just missed. Embry Simpson got a hand on that. Smart, how did he score that? LSU.
Josh Nebo went up to get that one, and now with 2 minutes to go, 3-point game. 5-point game. Tough pass starts. He went up like he was going to shoot.
Yep. And I think teammates think he's going to shoot, so they turn their head.
Javonte Smart, tough shot with the left, gets it to go.
Geist on a runner. Tapped around. Geist fighting for it, and Waters comes away with it. Waters to Smart on a 3. Got it. Javonte. A bucket that you need to make in this part of the game. Tillman a little bit banged up on the other end. Smart on a 3, and finally LSU from Waters. Inside Tillman. He missed it. He missed the buddy. So we have to stop ball, then look for your shooters. Jeremiah Tillman. Good job on the way. Smart knocks it down. Feet in Columbia. Smart feeling it again. Another offensive rebound for Williams. 2 minutes remaining in overtime. Not again. Yes, again. Smart.
Harris left open. Can't connect. Crump outside is short. And the rebound grabbed by Darius Days. You mentioned to me the one thing you noticed about LSU in person this morning. As Javonte Smart connects team, we'll have all of tonight's scores and highlights. No one covers the league like we do, and of course also streaming live on the ESPN app. Smart inside connects.
Well, they can just come in and have these guys. I wouldn't be sitting next to you.
That's right.
I still think Grant Williams is the leader right now, though.
Claxton with 12. He's got 2 rebounds as well. The lead trimmed to 5. That pass from Smart batted away, but LSU saves it. Taylor hit the deck.
Be the first guy to the deck. You're usually rewarded.
Smart probing and finishing. That's one way to do it. Hammond's now in double figures with 10. Now, the one thing you do worry about with Tremont Waters' durability at that size, only 175 pounds, Javonte Smart.
Emptying out that backside, a play they've run for years at South Carolina. And when a player for LSU or anyone is fronting the big, that's going to be open.
Javonte Smart, freshman.
This is a huge 4 minutes for South Carolina. And Frank Martin's rolled the dice, bringing Chris Silva back in the game. If they can keep this thing at 10 or less, you give yourself an opportunity. Now, they're no stranger to second half comebacks, and they've done it against Florida and Vanderbilt. But this is a much more talented offensive team than Florida and Vanderbilt they're facing now.
Smart scores over.
This team up 17 on Ohio State. Mike Conley, Greg Oden, and they came back and they were extremely talented as well, Mike. But this is, you know, the bigger sample is out there, and Frank Martin's teams and his reputation as a coach and the non-negotiables on the defensive end in particular, I think has been a big part of what Rick Barnes' message has been to his own team.
I think you make a good point, too, on South Carolina. This almost feels like one of those.
They'll go 8 guys, but it is a quality rotation. Days being one of those key ingredients for the LSU Tigers.
Well, how about you? Georgia on Sunday. See if they can't get it back together. Corner 3. Well, that might have set this place on fire if that one goes down. Mays kicks it back to Smart. He'll line up a 3. Got it.
5 to shoot. LSU hasn't gotten inside yet. Down and out for Darius Days and Marlon Taylor, the offensive board. Smart the triple. LSU at one point in the latter half of regulation went 6 minutes without a field goal. Arkansas raised a 13-point deficit, and they have their first lead of the day. Javonte Smart, his second trip.
You and I know the Hall of Famer,
the Detroit Piston.
He was as good as there ever been at that one-handed scoop that you make look routine, and very few can do it. And staff for LSU last season.
Coach Wade has signed a couple of players in the early signing period, has a couple of scholarships left perhaps to use depending on what happens with this roster.
Here comes the ball screen. See if he slips it again. Yep, same play, goes right back to it. Coaches are kind of like that. If it works, let's see if it'll work again.
Mays trying to work on Reese, spins in traffic, can't get it to go, tapped around, kept alive by LSU. Taylor will reset it back to Javonte Smart. Remember, LSU, 2 fouls on Waters, 2 fouls on Reed.
There's that guy again, Darius Days. Between him and Emmett Williams, they've got more energy than you and I have had in the month of January. They play with some pop.
Will Wade saying Days, the X factor.
Darius Days, the MVP of the first half, with a huge lift when they needed baskets.
Yeah, remember the last half a dozen minutes or so.
Yeah.
LSU was without Waters and Reed, who had 2 fouls.
the boss if he threw down that slam. Guzzi, no look, and might have wanted to take a peek at Hunter, and the rim just got in the way. Javonte Smart hesitates, drives, finishes.
Taylor with the takeaway for LSU. Emmett Williams, five-star freshman in the game now. 24 down low for LSU. Guarded by Bryson Gresham off the bench for Houston. Smart. A three. Tom Taylor. Houston 8 of 13 at the foul line. LSU 7 for 12. Tie ball game between the SEC's Tigers and the American Conference's Cougars. Houston, the lone ranked team in the American. Smart. Smart fouls it up and in. All right, how does LSU find that rhythm? What's their strength here? Maybe it's that. Off the Houston timeout, Corey Davis finishes. LSU does have a timeout. They use it or lose it timeout. Smart. Hit and didn't realize the shot clock. Brooks fumbled it, and this should be an easy bucket for Smart. And it is.
Pass along the baseline, stolen away, and all the way to the hole, and unable to finish. That is N.A., Augustin N.A., the 6'4" sophomore. Take to the basket, an easy pass. Kick out pass, open three for Smith in the corner. Mays.
Smith usually makes those shots 45% from beyond the arc. LSU got away with one. His shots, he's not having to take a ton of shots to get those points.
There's a steal and showtime for Smart. He's got 8.
Basket, they desperately needed their UAW needs to get some stops here. Make a late run here, the end of the half, to get some momentum back on their side going into the half.
Smart on a 3. Rattles one home.
Defender where they can get a steal and go the other way.
Well, the boys in studio asked for what? 2 things. Stop fouling, stop turning it over. LSU has done both. And they've also picked it up offensively. Look at that move by Javonte.
To a rhythm, get that game shape, game form. Don't keep him in there with those 3 fouls.
I know it was a loss, but he was so good in that game against Florida State. They lost it in overtime in the semifinal of the Advocate Invitational. But he put on it.
Way up, can they maintain that thing?
Nas Reed, good defense. Tip no good, and here comes LSU again.
Didn't really love that from Mo Kalu. Again, the right time to force a shot from him wasn't it when you need a really good possession.
Nas Reed, dribble, pass, 3.
Tournament, which is a big step for them. They go on the road to Minnesota next. They're going to play at Nebraska. And they're going to play against Tulsa at Tulsa. So they're playing a number of.
There's another one. Good take, and he's having a good game right now, MJ Walker.
He really is. He's playing confident, playing within himself.
This is more what you'd expect.
Excited to see whoever they're playing in the final.
Kumache goes jump hook, and he misses it. So he'll retreat back to defense. They'll try to beat him down there. Skylar Mays, they won't do it. Kumache was a 14-year-old, I should say back in 2014 in Senegal, and walking to a store when somebody saw him and said, practice with us. And that's how the big 7'4" player win, for the most part, one-sided games.
He's got to get that ball out reversed. Him facing up and jabbing is not what you need from 15 feet out.
Smart absorbed the ball, and he leads the break, and he's not stopping. Oh, and he missed the layup. He did everything but convert the layup.
Unfortunately, that's the most important part.
Yes. Good baseline.
Closeout situation, shot fake, one dribble pull up, and fundamental hoops. I don't know, David Nichols was doing his arms right there. He was sizing up Waters, and Waters went right by him. At times, you might be able to pull up. At times, throw that extra pass. Maybe roll down to the post. You can post up. Right. Waters, especially. That's who Forrest has on.
For all the concern that Will Wade expressed before the game, do you think that they've sort of passed that test of back-to-back day games?
Preparation-wise, yeah, but I think that's also Florida State's been complicit, not at times making their defense work 100%, not maybe playing to the level of experience that they had.
Smart, straight on, look good from the get-go.
Steal by Naz Reid. They have been pilfering the basketball. That's 41 steals already on the year.
Well, definitely Earl Grant does not want to see a lot of that because it...
And a three ball tossed home by Louisiana Tech. They have not shot the threes particularly well at this point in the season, but Christian nails that one.
That's his 4th on the season, 3 of 9 coming into tonight's game.
LSU in white with the basketball, second possession. How rare that is. To put it further in perspective, it's only the 3rd home game in the last 75 that the Shockers have lost.
Yep, they've been one of those teams that have burst onto the national scene over the last half a dozen years or so. They have a massive home court advantage there, and it just shows you how impressive that win was for Tech, and to do it by double digits.
Bigby Williams.
Top of the lane, get that block. Great help defense by 24.
Emmett Williams is like an elevator.
Express. He gets up quick.
Indeed. Smart.
Up and rolled around the rim. He's got the shots. The shots are there. He just can't get it to fall for him.
And he's still playing hard. Waters way overshoots it. Look at the big guy fight for it. Bigby Williams. Emmett Williams covers it up. Smart, Waters, Bigby Williams, Taylor, and Emmett Williams on the floor for LSU. The Bulldogs by a bucket. Remain. Smart is guarded by Archibald.
From the outside has been so bad, they finally got a little penetration. Bracy gets it up and in.
That's his first bucket. It ties the game. Smart for 3.
You mentioned guard heavy lineups. Here's Martin. He misses. And the tempo will be fast and furious. Skylar Mays will kick it back to Smart. Javante, the freshman from right here in Baton Rouge. Take this 2-0 lead, head back the other way.
Well, 2 good looks for Lomax. He's going to have to knock those down. He's such a great passer. Teams are going to make him become a scorer, not a facilitator.
Smart, pull-up jumper, hits the bottom. Davenport, little hop step off the window, too strong, and a big rebound from Bigby Williams. Smart's pull-up jumper is good.
Field player, but this is his opportunity to be a quarterback on this team, calm his team down, be the vocal leader in the huddle, and make sure they get a good possession, take some time off the clock, get a good shot. Don't settle.
Javante Smart right to
the... In a 3-point contest, and he didn't even talk trash. He said, oh, it's Mike Miller. I respect the man's game. I'm not going to challenge him.
Here's Days.
Oh, you got to get it to him there.
Smart. Anywhere to go? No. Waters with the steal. Tremont. Smart with the follow.